Welcome to NBA Today, presented by DraftKings Sports.
A one-point game.
One timeout.
Got to get the ball in.
Tied at 115. Crown rising to the
Three
feet.
wins the series.
2.9 seconds.
5 remaining.
Scores! The Bulls win it!
That chess match that goes back and forth, different style, everybody's got to be ready.
Makes a move.
Are you not happy or?
Still to be happy about. The job's not finished.
Bryant to shot. For three for the win. Yes!
And an OB gets it into Brunson. Brunson pulls a quick three. Off the front rim, no. Tip it, good!
This building is shaking right now.
The Knicks have done it!
We are now 2 days removed from the greatest comeback in finals history. And the videos have not stopped, y'all. New Yorkers are still in shock at what happened, even as the series moves to San Antonio. The Spurs will try and shake off that gut punch loss and focus on Game 5 tomorrow night on ABC. No easy task. When the Knicks have closed out series with a sledgehammer this postseason, I mean, look at the margins of victory here. They've won all 3 games by an average of over 39 points per game, and they've all been on the road. That's an exclamation point. MJ Acosta-Ruiz here for Malika Andrews. I'm joined by my sister, my twin today. Today, McKay, Kendrick Perkins. He's on tap too. We'll be here in a moment. Both the Spurs and Knicks are in San Antonio, as is our guy, senior reporter here, NBA writer, who has been covering this entire series for us. What's up, Vince Goodwill? Great to see you, as always. You just sat down with Josh Hart, actually. What was your takeaway from that interview?
Well, the takeaway was that the game on Wednesday night, it was still something that's sticking with these guys. It's certainly sticking with Josh Hart. Remember that play where he missed the breakaway layup and he got down on himself? He sat down on the floor, about a minute and 30 seconds left, and his teammates came over to pick him up. He said, "Get your ass up. We still got a minute and 30 seconds left to finish this game." He said it was all a blur. He walked off the floor with the game ball. That could be a very valuable piece of memorabilia. He said he doesn't have it. He was just trying to comprehend all that was going on, all that had just happened. He said he still haven't been able to put the pieces together. And as for tomorrow night, being in a position to clinch a championship on the road, he said you can't even allow yourself to go that far and think that far away. We have to concentrate on one possession. We don't want to find ourselves in a spot where if we think too far ahead, we'll be down 3-3 and in a Game 7 situation.
I know that's right. All right. Vince, you're all over it. I'm going to let you go so you can focus in on everything. Always appreciate you. Both teams were on the mic today. Let's head out and hear what the players had to say.
I think whenever you win or lose a game that night, you're going to think about it. Think about the things that you've done well or what you did wrong. And I've always told myself that when you wake up the next day, it's time to turn the page. And so, yes, we won. But we still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot to learn. We did not play our best basketball.
Does it feel like you guys are one step away from a championship, or even different than the other games in the finals?
0-0.
Yeah, that has been the onus the entire series as we welcome in Kendrick Perkins. Now with us, Perk. How do the Knicks close this out?
So it's gonna be 2 things. Number one, they got to be ready to get their feet hot from a physicality standpoint. That has to happen. We know the Spurs are going to throw everything at them, including the kitchen sink. They got to be ready to play a physical game, Game 5, in the rest of this series if it's extended. On top of that, they're going to have to be able to keep their composure while playing physical. And they're going to have to stick together. They're going to have to continue to lose themselves in the team, continue to play agenda-free basketball, and continue to root for one another, especially when things are not going for you individually. I got a chance to holler at Jay Wright, the legend, when I was in Madison Square Garden after Game 4. And he walked up to me and he said, "Big Perk," he said, "Listen, Jalen Brunson has been built. He's built for this. When I recruited him when he was in Chicago out of high school, what made me get him to Villanova is I went and watched the game where it was 4,000 people going against him, and the man came out and dropped a 50-piece wing dinner, all flats. And he did that. And he said, man, he's built for this. He has the composure, he has the mentality, and he has the leadership. Right now, Jalen Brunson is displaying that he's one of the best leaders in the game of basketball. The way that he has the mentality to attack, it's a shot that he does not like. It's not a moment that he does not embrace. And he's going to have to continue to lead in order for them to close this series out.
How do the Knicks close this out? 3 words: cool, calm, collected. They just, as Perk said, have to keep their composure, because if you think about the San Antonio Spurs, they're 3-7 this postseason in clutch time. They are losing games on their own. A lot of self-inflicted wounds that we have seen, whereas the Knicks, they have the experience, they have the poise, and most importantly, as Perk alluded to, they have the personalities. It's not just Jalen Brunson, it's that guy right there. He hit or tipped in probably what Knicks would say the shot of the half century to hopefully get them potentially an NBA championship. And he said, oh yeah, that was exciting, I'm excited. Blank face.
Blank.
What? How does this happen? And so you look at the demeanor of not just Jalen Brunson, but also OG Anunoby and also Josh Hart and these guys that are brothers and have won through chemistry and brotherhood. If the game is close, they feel like that's exactly where they need to be.
Right.
So just making the right reads, showing the experience, showing the sacrifice. Karl-Anthony Towns has had huge moments in this postseason. He's had triple doubles in the playoffs, but instead, Karl-Anthony Towns is like, oh, that's the hot hand. What do you need me to do? The sacrifice involved. It's all of the intangibles that can potentially close out the series for New York.
I think that mentality starts with Jalen Brunson. He's as stoic as anyone. All right, the Spurs have 5 titles in the last 30 years. Only the Lakers have one more, but they've had their share of heartbreaks. In 2004, Tim Duncan made what he thought would be a game winner in Game 5 until Derek Fisher topped his moment. Fisher made an impossible shot to steal Game 5 and helped end the Spurs season in Game 6. Now we're in 2006. 2 best teams in the West, 7 games, Spurs, Mavs. Then Manu fouls Dirk on a clutch bucket, which led to a 3-point play, and the Spurs would lose in overtime. 2013, I was there, Game 6 of the finals. Ray Allen made one of the biggest shots in league history against the Spurs. He moonwalked behind the line to tie the game, and the Heat would win the title in Game 7. 2015, the Spurs were fresh off their last title to date and played the Clippers in the first round. Our friend Danny Green was on that team that saw Chris Paul make the floater to clinch Game 7. And then this year, Game 4, just a few days ago, OG Anunoby calls game. The Spurs will have to dust themselves off and try to extend their series. Here's Wemby on his thoughts a few hours ago.
Do you have a better sense of whether or not the group actually thinks they can pull this off?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody knows we're going to do it. But I don't know if I agree with you. I feel like we need to isolate that one game and take it one game at a time. I think it'd be a mistake to waste our energy on different, on multiple games. It's one game at a time.
Michael C. Wright is covering the Spurs for us. Great to see you, Michael. Hey, how are the Spurs handling the emotions of that loss while also preparing to lock in for Game 5?
Well, I got to tell you, I was in that locker room after the game, and it was the quietest I've ever seen the Spurs locker room. Heads down, almost silent. Somebody's phone flew across the room out in frustration. Well, imagine giving up that big lead, that 29-point lead, all the raucous celebration after that. Then you take that quiet ride back to the hotel room. You arrive there, and there are New York Knicks fans there. They're banging on the bus. They're heckling them. They're throwing eggs at the San Antonio Spurs. I think one almost hit Victor Wembanyama. Like, really? The great poet and philosopher, Jay-Z of New York, once said that you can go to school, but you can't buy class. And I know it ain't no love in the heart of the city, but the San Antonio Spurs are very much motivated by what took place here. That actually scared some of the Spurs families, and as I was told, we don't play that. So there's a lot of motivation to sort of get back on the right track and try to walk this thing down one game at a time.
All right, Michael, drop some bars then. Thanks, Michael, for all of your insight, as always. And just in case you forgot, 38 teams have gone down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Only one prevailed. The 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers pulled it off against the
my favorite series ever.
73-9 Golden State Warriors, truly. All right, Perk, if you're the Spurs, how do you approach Game 5?
Oh, look. Hey, let me say this to you. Boy, if the Knicks blow this series, we could point the finger to those idiots in New York who has been beating up on people, the San Antonio fan base, and throwing eggs at Wemby. I remember when I was with the New Orleans Pelicans, and we was down in New Orleans, and Coach Alvin Gentry, we was playing against LeBron James. And it was a close game. And I remember a fan was just talking noise to LeBron, and Coach Gentry ran over there and was like, hey, man, be quiet. You're not the one that have to deal with him. And that's the same thing that goes to this situation right now. And I understand the fan base is being passionate, but you don't want to add fuel to the fire because you're not the one that's competing between the lines. I think with them throwing eggs at Wemby had just added fuel to the fire, and it's about to make it extremely tough, extremely hard for the Knicks to close this San Antonio team out.
Yeah, I think that you just added